It's the part
All
where
right.
we counsel our captors and we talk it out.
Yeah, exactly. I want to use. Oh, we're back, by the way. Hi, all. I definitely want to use Andrew Gillis's "Girl by Moonlight" moves of like forgive, confess, and just tell the people all the wrongs they've done. I don't know that it will work in Dust Bowl, but maybe we'll tell them all the wrongs they've done in a different format with different actions, like our fists or something. Cool. So yeah, I think we're making the break. Sounds like.
Awesome.
You're right. It is kind of like Die Hard, like Die Hard on a Leviathan hunter.
A little bit. The head scientist will now be played by Alan Rickman, just to bring it all together.
Yep. I say we follow your beat of what Charming and Clave and everyone else is doing, and we can flash the mod as is necessary, because I think she will be trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. And that may or may not be the same as trying to beat up all the dudes what are coming for you now. But yeah, she's definitely going to try and figure out what they're up to, get into their laboratories or their libraries or their place of research.
Pretty much Charming is all right, lads. Here's what we do: we don't stop moving. If we're gonna fight, it's a running fight. We make our way to the magazine. Everyone understand?
Nods.
This man here is known as the Wrench. He's known as that for a reason. He's going to give us the best impact for the amount of gunpowder that we've got on hold right now. Going to keep us alive, so he stays alive. Understand?
Nods.
Good. Let's go.
Cool. Yeah, I think you guys get to the end of the hallway, and there is there's another door just like this one. But this one has like a little porthole window, and you can see like it's dirty, and you can see light on the other side.
All right. Are there? Can I survey to get an idea on the walls and ceilings? Are there more cameras?
No, there aren't any more cameras.
Okay. All right, I'm running up real quick, peeking through the window, see if there's anything on the other side.
You can like just make out a couple of Marines playing cards.
How many?
2.
I'm gonna look over at I'm gonna look over at the Wrench and look at the door and look back at him. Like
I look around to see if there's a speaker or another electrical panel or.
Yeah, I think this was the speaker that that Cricket was at before.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went down some stairs with Maud to his room. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm not going to make you roll again to open the door. I think you've got these doors.
Gotcha.
Like you've got their number.
Perfect. I will pop that door.
Cool. The door pops. 2 Leviathan Hunter Marines get shocked, like oh my god, the door opened, and one of them goes for his gun, and the other one just starts walking towards the door, and he's like, "Cricket, what the fuck are you doing? What do you guys do?"
If only there was a cart. I don't have a cart. I'm not a very good cart pusher either. Cricket's much better than that.
Yeah.
You know what Charming is going to do. I'm running at the man who's going for his gun.
Cool.
And as I'm going by, I'm just pointing at the other guy.
Yeah. Sounds good. Clave, do you want to let there are thugs behind you who just want this guy something terrible. But if you want to take him, you can.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, so
Yeah.
I will let them have it.
Yeah, they pile on him, and
Yes.
and it's savage and it's hideous.
Yeah.
But there is somebody going for their gun. Jay,
Yep.
Charming.
Is there anything in the room between me and him? Chair, door?
He was
Table.
playing cards at a table.
Yeah, he was playing cards at a table.
All right, he was at the table?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm hitting the table and pinning him against the wall with the table.
Cool.
Let's see if I'm actually doing that.
Risky standard.
Risky tech.
Yep.
Judd, are you just sort of ruling that the gang is taking out the other guy?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So say you could also do like a group action with you leading all of them against the two of them, but it sounds like the gang overwhelms. Like,
yeah, I think
like,
eventually we will want to do that if it comes to that, but right now I don't think it's necessary. It was more about like, does Clave care what happens to that guard? Like, because he's going to get into a lot. Like, did you want to disarm him and like hold him down, or did you not care if they, bite his ears off and stab him in the eyes?
They're savage. They're going to destroy him.
Yeah, they're going to destroy him.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
they're
not going
savage
to try to stop him.
with a particular bend to it in that they've all, for the most part, been exposed to some real feral, horrible ghosts,
right?
That have left them touched by that, right? Like
right.
They have a real kind of like eerie bit of savagery. It's not just like we're like we like to beat people, get in fights. It's a little darker than that, right? Yeah.
Yes. Clave is about to see that. I've got a description set.
Cool.
But Jay, have we rolled risky?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got a 6.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, you pin him right to the wall with the table.
This is the way I was planning. Like with the knee, I'm slamming the table into his stomach, and as he gets pinned up against the wall, I'm slamming his face on the deck, on the table, and as his head comes up, I'm taking his gun away, and as he looks at that, I'm going to slam his face on the table again, and then I'm going to hit him over the head with the gun, and I'm going to check his eyelids real quick, then turn around. Good then, right?
Yeah. So you turn around and you say good then, and your crew is squatting down around the dead body of the guard, and they're eating something, but it's not his flesh. It's his ghost. They're literally they're wrenching the ghost out of him, and they're eating the ectoplasm. Like, is that possible? Like, it's unclear. That is that a thing? Apparently it is.
I've punched ghosts. I mean, I know you can grab them, but eating them.
Yeah, they're eating them.
I'm walking over so that the gun's pretty much close to their ears, and I'm firing it off into the ceiling. Right then, let's go. We eat later.
They get up. There's just glowing stuff, ectoplasm going down their chins.
I'm reaching over. Cool, man, get yourself your chin. I'm wiping it off and throwing it on the ground. Let's go.
These are our friends.
Wow.
They're loyal.
There's another gun lying around.
There is.
Snapped it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And you guys are heading for the magazine?
Yep.
Cool. Maud, you hear the rifle go off upstairs. Cricket took you downstairs, and he's in a stairwell where he has a bed and some it's clearly where he lives, at the bottom of the stairwell under the stairs,
right?
Harry Potter style.
Sure. So I see the saddest bedroom ever because it's Harry Potter but on a ship, so it's even more cramped and angular and pointy and rusty. So I get so when we get down there, I say, I say, and we hear the bang. I say, it looks like they've gotten started. There's no turning back now, Cricket. Why don't you show me where, or do you know where they've been doing the experiments, where they've been making the sacrifices?
Yeah.
Why don't you show me where it is? Clave's Charming's going to make sure they never. Charming's going to make sure the ship isn't operational, but we're going to make sure they don't have any reason to try this again.
Okay. They left the door open?
I'm sure they didn't close it behind them.
Yeah, he walks you through. And whereas you hear the conflict of Charming and Clave going towards them, going up through the ship to the magazine. He just
Right.
kind of walks you around the corner, and basically there is another storage container, but this one is scrubbed clean. Matter of fact, you're not even sure it was ever used for Leviathan blood.
Okay.
And that's where their lab is set up.
And awesome. Is there anybody in it?
Yes, Alan Rickman is in it.
Awesome.
Playing
Rickman is a great
Clay.
Duskwallian name, right? Like
Okay, yeah, we'll call him
Gregory Clay. Clay is the
Rickman
name of the guy
Dunville.
that he was
Right? I mean, he's
playing.
probably a Dunville. Yes. Clay. Oh, I loved Clay.
From that's the guy he says he is when he gets
Yeah,
caught.
that's right. He
by,
looks up at the list of like whatever. He's like,
awesome. I love it, Dr. Gregory Clay. I love it. Yeah, he basically has a. He's looking at the readings of a bunch of wires that are attached to an altar.
How familiar does before I'm like asking all these things, are we like looking through a porthole into the thing, or does Cricket lead me in? I mean, has he when I see this, am I also immediately be exposed to this person, to Dr. Clay as well?
He's opening the door to the lab.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, I would like to quickly try and study this altar, because I've also made sacrifices at demonic altars. I've seen what these are like.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, does this look similar to, can I get any sense of what the hell he's doing with this altar? I mean, it seems sort of spirit warden-y in that it's like this old ritual magic with new spectrology applied to it.
Totally it is.
And do I get any sense of what it would do?
It being the altar, or it being what is it?
Yeah, what he's trying to do with this machinery and this altar.
He's clearly like studying the energy output of blood sacrifices.
So it's like monitoring equipment or something like that. It's like a
he looks up. He's got like a clipboard, and he looks up and says, "Cricket,
Cricket isn't alone, and he doesn't work for you anymore, Dr. Clay."
Of course. And you are
no one of consequence. But I'm familiar enough with what you're doing, and I know where it leads. I'm sure you have a duty to your house, or to the house, to provide them with the best way to bring forth to please and bring succor to demons. But I can tell you from personal experience that this will lead you to no good end. And then she's walking slowly over to him, and she's pulling her knife slowly out of her sheath, and she says, "I'm certain that violence is inevitable between us, although I wish that wasn't the case."
I hope not, because you have no understanding of what I'm doing here.
It's not no understanding. The despair that they have is in alignment with the and I mean Maud's like I'm shooting from the hip here, but I think I'm not entirely off. So Maud is speaking as though she's confident what's going on. The despair, depending on the demon that you're sacrificing, that you're sacrificing them to, the manner in which you do it, and the despair with which they feel has greater or lesser effect.
No. You're not understanding. We're just setting the gauges. All of the things you've said, they're documented. You can get that at the library. No. We want to know more about the liminal space between the area between gods and demons.
And you'll find that by feeding the demons through this altar and measuring the outputs, as it were.
We do that by finding gods that are about to revert into demonhood, or demons that are about to revert into godhood. We believe one leads to the other. It's a hypothesis. We haven't proven it yet.
It's a shame, because while I admire your inquiry, I can't abide by your means.
And he takes his glasses and puts them in his lab coat and takes his lab coat off. And underneath is just like a black sailor's turtleneck.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes out his knife and says, I served in the war too. And then I hoped to be in academia, but that didn't work out. And so now I'm here. I get the feeling that you served in the war and that things didn't quite work out for you where you ended up too. It's too bad. I think we would have been friends in another circumstance.
I think we might have, and I think that seems like before we jump directly to violence.
Yeah.
We cut back to the actual violence, the real violence.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys are battling your way through the ship.
After seeing the guy go for the gun and realizing they're our guns to begin with, Charming snaps the legs off the table that he used to knock the first guy out with, and he just enters the room with that in front of him.
Right.
He starts the fight. I mean, it's wood. Maybe it'll stop a shot. Maybe it won't. But he's just putting it in front of him as he runs through the room.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go room for room.
Yeah,
I'm just more curious about like a big picture.
Yeah, so the idea is to move as quickly as possible to get to where we think the magazine is.
Right.
If one person's engaging someone, the rest of them are moving to the next objective and keeping on moving. So if we lose anybody, it's going to be because they get left behind as we move forward. The idea is to also keep the wrench clear of any problems.
Cool. Yeah. What are you rolling to do that?
We could do command so I can make sure that I get my guys together. We skirmish just to figure out what the fighting's going to be like. I mean,
Sean, you're muted.
It seems to me like you leading a skirmish action where you make the roll and they act, because the cohorts can't lead an action because they can't take stress, but you can lead and they can roll as the group action, and then you guys have the advantage of scale, that it's not just one person, it's all of you.
Awesome.
In terms of factors, and that can be the roll to see if you guys plow through to the magazine room.
Awesome. How do we roll for the cohort? How do we do that, Sean?
You or Charming, any of us can make a fortune roll for them, their quality. So first you have to see, does their cohort type match with the type of action that they're doing, right?
Yes.
So so in this case it's yes. But if you were asking them to be like sneaky and they're not skulks, then they roll 0 dice. But since their action matches with their with what they're doing, then their quality is equal to our tier, which is 2. Plus any bonuses we have if we have elite cohorts, which I don't know if we do or not. I'm going to pull up really quick. See if the Wobeggong crew has elite thugs.
Okay.
It might be a thing we have. No, we have an option of getting elite rovers, and we haven't taken it. So they're just quality 2. So basically, you roll 2 dice, and with group actions, it's the same. If they roll a 1 to 3, they cause you stress. I don't know, because maybe they stop and chew on ghost faces. That stresses you out. If they're, and as always, you take the highest roll.
Cool.
Clave can get in on this as well.
Yeah.
And roll his skirmish if he wants.
I can roll my skirmish too.
Yes, yeah. Yours is kind of what it writes on. Yours is the. All right. So, Charmy, you take a stress from yourself.
Mm-hmm. I can understand. I'm a stressful guy.
It's maybe a stressful thing to do. Oh, what's the position? Position and effect, Jen?
I think it's desperate standard.
Okay.
There we go. We got a 5.
Go. So we're at a 5. Matt J, are you going to? Is Clave going to join in this brawl?
Clave has a skirmish of 0.
Well, you do have a gun. You might be able to roll a hunt to help out.
I can do that. Yes.
You can't actually roll a different action in there. You could say like I do a setup action by like sniping some people to try and improve effect.
Right.
If you wanted to do a real micro flashback to say like I want to try and improve our effect or our position by like
Right.
sniping some people in advance. Otherwise, you could spend 1 stress to give Charming an extra die.
I can spin the stress. Yeah.
Basically, instead of fighting, you're kind of calling, backing him up, and
I will do that.
Cool.
Oh, he's gonna give me an extra die.
Yeah.
so just roll, just do like a fortune roll and just roll 1 die or something, or type / roll 1d6.
I meant that loving, no fighting thing.
Yep. Hey, there you go.
There we are.
That means you take less stress. So I think the final result is a mixed result, 5, success with a complication.
Yeah.
Best result in the game, especially on desperate rolls. Oh, and Charming, you get to mark XP for prowess since you took a desperate action.
Heard.
Huh.
And I'm trying to see if Maud has any skirmish. I don't think she does.
Severe harm. Yeah, I mean, I think you push a bunch of Marines up against the last hallway to the magazine, and in order to break that stalemate before they can call for reinforcements, you have to go in there and do what Charming does, and you take terrible harm.
How many levels is that?
For desperate, it is.
It's normally 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, we my bandages were actually holding little ceramic plates, which are a little bit of armor for me.
Cool.
Slides that in the load. Nice.
Yeah. And I am battleborn, so how about we take a point of armor for that as well?
Use your special armor.
Yep.
Nice.
Armor.
What does it look like, Jay, as you like break their I mean, this is what they're trained to do. So tell me how you break them.
So there's like a skirmish unit.
Uh-huh.
So there's a leader, right?
Yep.
So they're like they've gotten a couple of pieces of furniture and they've barricaded themselves behind it, and they're like pretty much they're volleying fire. So 2 guys will fire, then they'll go down and reload. Another 2 guys will fire, then those guys will go down and reload. So I'm waiting for the interval, and I'm watching my men, and I'm giving a 1, 2, 3. The fire will go off. I run to the room as they're coming up. The 2 guys who are coming up the fire both hit me with their bayonets. but I manage to jostle the weapon so they don't get the fire off, and I grab the leader by the head and just pile over the barricade and drive his head to the ground. And as they're all dealing with me, the rest of my guys come up behind it and take him over. It's different than the way, like, normally Charming would make some sort of like grand display, but like run over and rip someone's head off literally because he can do that kind of thing. But it was like, it's a really like if Clave is looking, like, it looks like finally Charming's back with a unit, and like we waited and timed it out and hit at the right time, but clearly he gets chewed up on the way in because he's the first guy through the door.
Right.
Yep. Nice. And they start chewing on their souls, and then
I'm gonna make
it's really done. What's that, Jay?
So I'm gonna make a quick. I'm sorry. Finish.
And then I think you guys all look to Clave and look at the barrels of gunpowder and kind of.
Yes. Time to go to work. This is when I break out my fine wrecking tools.
Just so you know, I rolled a prowess resolve a bit to take that last point of the last level of harm.
Nice.
Cool. Just ate their gunshots for breakfast. Yeah, them fine wrecking tools. I'm a fan of because they explicitly include some demolition equipment. So
nice. Yeah.
Good times there, and you have all the well, probably not all the ammo you need, but certainly all that's on the ship. So
that's right. All that's on the ship.
Dig it.
All right, so then I will go to work using rec on the magazines.
Nice.
We don't care how loud.
We want it to be loud.
All right.
Well, and Charming's goal with asking Clave to do this is like putting a hole in the ship, so the ship is damaged enough that they need to spend all the resources just preventing it from sinking. Is that accurate?
Exactly the idea, yeah.
Right. I'll throw out there that having all of the magazines is probably the right tool for it, but it may not be the right place for it. I don't know if we want to like move. Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter because Clave, with being great rec, will know where to put it. So it doesn't. We don't as players need to know where to put it. I imagine Clave would know the best place to.
All right.
To set it off.
All right. Find wrecking tools. I have wreck of 1. I will push myself.
Nice.
All right.
Charming, you could give an extra helping die if you wanted to, by like
roll,
rolling the barrels out, doing like helping them get everything set up.
Nice.
I'll take my stress. You take your die.
Nice.
And it's working with gunpowder, so it's still risky, but it's great effect. Yeah.
Nice.
One dice. Did it again. So good.
Why is it? So I put in 3, but it rolled 4.
Did you say 3 bonus dice? Because it knows you're starting rec of 1.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
I did. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to re-roll it?
Yeah, I will re-roll it to make it
Okay.
right.
Now there's no winning on this roll. You know, if it's super good, we're like, oh, we cheated. Win. If it sucks, we're like, oh man.
Should have kept the first one and just shit off last die.
This is the streaming version of dice going off the table, is what this is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's just as common, right? I think that roll 20 roll was cocked.
That dice cock is exactly what it was.
Oh.
It's okay. It's just gunpowder.
It's just gunpowder. Oh god.
Cool.
I want to make a
So-
suggestion that before you get the results on that, we flash back to Mod for a second. Just so
Awesome.
Unless
Yeah.
While
unless
you're
you
doing
want.
that, I just want to tell Jay just a story. So one time there was a demon and it had to roll dice. Go on.
So, you and Alan Rickman were ready to have a knife fight.
Yeah, except for I'm not going to have a knife fight with him.
Oh, really quick, I
I-
just want to clarify something. It's Bill Clay, not
It's Bill Clay.
yeah, Bill Clay. I had to
Yeah.
double check that.
Except for I'm not gonna have a knife fight with him. I want to do a flashback to Mod because as we may or may not remember, we have, thanks to Spirit Wardens, we have the ability Ghost Passage, where we can keep a ghost within ourselves.
Yeah.
And I am going to I want to do a flashback to when Mod before we went on this took one of the ghosts. I'm trying to remember the ghosts that we had in spirit bottles because we had a couple. Oh, those are the ghosts that went into the warframes. Damn, those
Yeah.
would have been great, but they are in use. So instead, it's a flashback to one of the ghosts, one of the same ghosts that was so.
Took a ghost from the Dimmer Sisters.
We took a ghost from the Dimmer Sisters.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I-
but I
I-
think she was one of the Dimmer Sisters. I don't think she was particularly friendly to us.
Oh no.
I think I want to take one of the feral ghosts that we
Grab from the Deathlands.
grab from no from the attack on
The haunted warehouse.
on the
Okay.
warehouse. Yeah. And so we basically we flash back to Mod opening up a spirit bottle and like this angry ghost coming out and her just like, you know, breathing in heavily and like and taking it into herself. And now I would like to compel that same ghost to go ravage this dude that I've
Cool.
been carrying with me.
Cool.
How much stress do you want to call it? It's a 0 to 2.
2.
2. All right. So I marked 2 stress. And so instead of doing a skirmish roll, which I'm not fantastic at, I would like to do an attune to because I have the ability compel, and I can
Nice.
compel and force a nearby ghost to obey a command you give it. And I'm not, yeah. And so I'm going to compel it to to torment this man.
Awesome. Risky standard, I think.
Awesome.
Do you want to say Sheaston Finster? Shoot
What?
the glass. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a freak for diaries.
Oh, yeah.
Sheaston Finster. Sheaston Finster, sorry.
All right, risky standard. And do I push? No, I don't. See how it goes. Nice. There we go.
Oh, nice.
That is nice.
Cool. Yeah, the feral ghosts. His knife was actually treated to cut ghosts, but this one is just too feral for him.
Nice.
And yeah,
How feral is it? Too feral.
too feral. Way
Well,
too
I
feral.
imagine that he cuts it up, right? I
It's
imagine
not
that,
some
but it
some
doesn't
domesticated
care.
ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think a ghost that remembers what it was like to have a body will react in certain ways when its ectoplasm is damaged, and this thing just forms around the wound and
Yeah.
and tears him apart.
I say, as it's doing it, I say, I'm sorry as well. And I'm going to get to like dismantling this altar.
Okay.
You know, I remember watching the Spirit Wardens do it. I remember there's important components. I know this thing won't work if there's pieces missing.
Yep. And I think that's about when you hear the explosion.
Awesome.
So,
Wait, we're supposed to
Clave,
leave the room before it blows up?
the good news is the explosion worked. The
End of good news.
Right.
end of good news. The bad news is this ship takes fire way faster than you had expected, and you guys are now caught in it. It is just a raging inferno of metal ship in flames, and you guys are caught in it, and it's a nasty situation. How the hell are you going to get you and your crew out?
There's one way out, boys. There's only one way out. I turn to the hull, and I grab a gun out of one of the guy's hands, and I start beating a hole into the wall, into the hull itself. I wham, like I take a couple of hits, and it looks like I'm getting an idea, and then I just start making massive dents, and they get bigger, and they get bigger, and then when I get a hole, I start pushing it out, so there's a big enough space for us to get through, and it's straight into the water. It's the only way out.
Seems like you want to use
Not to be trifled with. Yeah.
not to be trifled with to put a hole in this thing.
Yeah, so that's a desperate limited effect.
Is it a roll or is that
I think you're rolling wreck.
wreck?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it
Yep.
sounds like to me.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
Yep.
To
Yep.
break a thing.
Do you think I might be able to get a little help from Clave?
Oh, absolutely. He also has a rifle, so maybe I can kind of make a. Wow, I have no words.
So it's a limited effect, so the not to be trifled with would raise it to standard.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna give me a boom. That's a desperate. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
I think
I'm thinking about a devil's bargain.
I'm trying to think if Clave has anything on him as just being a leech. If you have anything that would help tear holes, like I think you actually have cutting tools. Is what is the thing I'm trying to find.
That might be under demolition tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, sledgehammer, iron spikes, heavy drill, crowbar.
Yeah, like that you actually have. Although I don't think we had the load for it, unfortunately, because you just did you.
Yeah, I've used 2 of my light load, so I should have 1 left.
Right. No, but fine wrecking tools and demolition tools are both 2. They both take 2 boxes.
Oh, gotcha.
But I think this counts as fine wrecking tools. I mean, wrecking tools would include all that stuff as well. I think the fine wrecking, that's what I was trying to find, is if wrecking tools include all the stuff demolition tools do. And I think they do. I just haven't pulled up the page. My point being, it seems reasonable that even without superhuman strength, Clave could like help at like cutting away the metal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Can I take a devil's bargain in that like the metal is hot while I'm pushing this out, and I'm leaving like a layer of skin on the hull while I'm doing it? Or is that that's
So you go
harm?
Yeah. Is that an appropriate devil's bargain? Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
I think taking harm is
Yeah.
I would say since it's desperate, I think it would probably be level 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Like so what's at stake is level 3, you usually kind of like depending. Yeah.
Yep.
And would I be able to resist that with
You can't resist
No.
devil's bargains.
can't resist that.
Yeah, devil's bargains you always have to go into wholeheartedly.
Yeah, but then if I fail,
Then if you fail, it hurts. Yeah.
yeah, you know what? We're just gonna go with the bonus die. Okay. All right, he's gonna give me a bonus die.
Yes.
This be 2.
You don't hold on. You have 1 in rec, right? Okay, yeah. So it's the same. Because you could also do a group action where you're both rolling, but if you only have 1 in rec, then that's kind of 6 and 1/2 half times the other.
Yep. All right. Yeah, it's just a desperate roll. So
Yeah. You eat
it's just
desperate rolls. You eat it's just gunpowder. It's just you're trying to cut through a Leviathan Hunter hull with effectively your bare fists. I think Judd is being kind. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
I shake my head at you.
Mm.
You tear a fucking hole in this hull.
I mean, not in the center, like maybe at the rivet seam. You know that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Right.
That's better.
Well, and are there any are there any windows in this place, either where the harpoons are shot out of or anything like that?
I think they do most of that from the deck.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was just thinking if there was an existing hole that you would widen, that might also.
Yeah, and I think there's heat going on too, so that's there's explosions and you're widening something that's already there.
Right, prying open plates and things like that rather than punching holes. Because it is near superhuman, right? Not we're not like.
Yeah, it's not Superman, but I think with the explosions happening and I think I'm cool with that. So yeah, I think you all get out and jump into the ink, and Kyle is there with the blackjack to pick you all up.
Nice.
No, Maud. Come on, man.
Yeah. I would like to study this altar to see if I can figure out what component of it is critical that I can remove. Like, I don't think I can take the whole altar. I'm not strong enough to do that.
Right.
But I remember with the altar to the Saint of Witches, the goat matron, that those 13 idols were necessary. So I'm trying to see if there's the equivalent.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are like vacuum tubes attached to it. And you realize that if you like take out the vacuum tubes, and in the vacuum tubes, they usually like insert certain symbols.
Mm-hmm.
So if you break those up,
it'll
be difficult to replace.
Cool. And I'm just gonna kind of get a sense of, from looking at it, how similar is this altar to the one that is this kind of like, yeah, this is a model for, or are they all so different that this altar doesn't bear any resemblance to the goat matrons?
This altar is like, it's like a bunch of scientists read texts about what an altar is supposed to be.
So they made this. It's not like an ancient artifact.
They made it. Yeah. It's fabricated.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do they have any notes? Do they have any like paper, like documentation?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna like. Yeah. So like, Maud does finally use her knife. She uses like the pummel butt of it to like smash these symbols that they were using, and then I just gather up all the paperwork that I can.
Cool.
And I say, all right, Cricket, it's time we made good on our promise. Let's get out of here.
I can't believe we're really going to get out of here.
We, like I said, we take care of our own. And she says, "You heard that explosion? I'm sure Charmin and the rest of our crew is just waiting for us now." And like, as they're like diving into the water. Yeah. So I say, what's the quickest way to get off this boat, or what's the quickest way to the deck?
Yeah, he says, he guides you there.
Do we run into anyone? Are we able to sort of get out?
Yeah, I think it's just bedlam. So I mean, no one is even paying attention to you guys. Like at one point, I think a bunch of crew like run down the stairs as you guys are going up, and they really don't even pay attention to you.
Right. Cool. So yeah, our goal will be to get to the deck, and I kind of look at all the papers that I have, and I go, I try to figure out like, is there a bladder, waterproof bladder or something like that that I feel like on ships that's a thing that would exist. I don't know if it's a thing that would be, handy. I don't know
Right.
if it's the thing that would be like easy to find.
Right.
But if possible, I want to try and protect this paperwork before I dive into the water.
I feel like there's a role there, but I don't know what it'll be.
I think it is too.
Do like a tinkering or survey.
I think it's probably survey, which I'm terrible at, but I think that's the right action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think getting out of here before someone finds you is desperate standard.
Yep.
Cricket will help you look.
Awesome. Yep, that sounds good. So let's do a group action because Cricket can't spend stress, but he can roll on his own. So I'll lead a group action for survey. And this is important to Maud. This is going to help her, I think, with the spirit wardens, and it's help her understand what the hell they're doing. I'm going to push myself on this, so I at least have a die to roll.
Okay.
So desperate standard survey. Yay.
Oh.
All right, Cricket. Just putting this all on me, I see. One die. Yes!
Oh my God. You lucky bastard.
It's like a middle finger. It's like one middle finger.
One middle finger.
I'll take one more stress for Cricket because I led that action. And
oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's because I clearly have the roll 20 codes to get all sixes. Yeah.
You are the biggest cheater in the history of cheaters.
Oh my God, you totally had to be dead to rights on that one. Like, why did Maud get killed on the ship? Because she wanted to protect them. Because she wanted to find a bladder. Awesome. So I think right as we're about to leave, I stop and I go, wait. And I start just like rifling through. I'm like, help me find a leather, and he oiled skin or something to put this in.
Yeah, and he starts stealing food. Like that's what Cricket starts doing.
Yeah. Nice.
Assuming that we're all going to have to go back to the Deathlands, he starts grabbing cans of beans.
Awesome.
And he has it in his shirt. He's like, I couldn't find the envelope, but I found a bunch of beans. We're going to be fine.
He's the survivor. I'm like, I pick up like a can and it's like, I can't disagree with him, but also not what I needed.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like what I end up getting, if it's okay with you, is take like a first aid kit that they want to make sure doesn't get like damaged if it's submerged, and like throwing all the crap out of it and then shoving the papers into it.
Great.
And seal and then and rolling it up like
cool.
So that it's sealed, and then we'll watch the people go by and jump into the void sea because that's a lovely thing to do. Late at night.
And I think the last shot of this job is you all floating away on the blackjack while in the background this Leviathan hunting ship is belching black smoke into the air while spilling Leviathan blood into the bay in what is probably the biggest environmental disaster in Duskball history.
Sorry.
To be fair, if I understand this correctly, we don't know where this was, right? But didn't we understand that they took the ship out like in the middle of nowhere to do these experiments, or was this like because we don't know where it was really? I guess the blackjack would. Was this
Yeah.
inside Duskfall, like in between? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they hadn't taken you out yet. Like they weren't at that point. Like this is in one of like the armored docks on Whitehall. Yeah.
So you're saying there might be a little bit of heat?
I'm saying
Maybe.
All right. We should probably do XP
Did we kill
and
anybody?
then roll out of here.
Yeah, let's do heat and pay off and then get the hell out.
Okay.
I'm saying wild, devastating exposure.
That feels about right.
Mhm.
Yeah. +1 for a high-profile target. Yes. +1 if the situation happened on hostile turf. Yes. You're not at war with another faction yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
+2 if killing was involved. So we're up to 6, 7, 8, 10 heat.
10 heat. Well, that's good. So we're at 3 already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're at 4 heat with 2 wanted levels.
Yeah.
I took Jailbird last time, so don't worry, Clave, you're not up next.
I just got out.
You just got out. Exactly.
The good news is that a bidding war starts up for the papers you got.
Yeah.
So there is coin to be had. If you're willing to sell.
Let's figure that out next session if that's okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
totally.
if I would or not.
Totally. But that's out in the world. And then we'll do the rest next session. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do XP or do you want to do
Yeah, let's do XP.
XP's to do better to do when it's fresh in our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like doing XP first.
All right. I have Clave up.
Cool.
You want to go?
Sure. You addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yeah.
I think you did both of those.
Yes, I did.
Mayhem being the most noticeable.
Yeah, I would say 2 on that.
All right.
I feel like that was a strong part of
You
this job.
expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I don't think I got into that yet.
Okay, cool.
I feel like there should be at least some mention of like this was the introduction of your character and the fact that you have spent this time in Ironhook was a central point for this. So I feel like your background in prison was a defining point of your character in this as you joined us. I don't know. Maybe that's just the introduction of your character as well. But like to me, that was what we spent the beginning of the game talking about.
Gotcha.
So I would argue that you take 1 for that, unless anyone thinks I'm.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with 1 for that. I think that's good.
All right. You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during this session, and I have not.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cool.
Awesome. Charming, you want to go?
Sure. So, did I hold a couple of desperate actions? I've already marked those down. I just talents with violence or coercion. I don't remember doing that. I think we're good there. Special beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I mean, my background as a Marine definitely came into effect here a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Like you had that like moment of recognition to happen between you and the other.
Yeah.
Marine.
Yep.
Oh, also another expression of your background, Clave, is Cricket became this like central character that was part of your background.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's totally a member of the
crew. So if we
now.
weren't giving you XP already, I would, I definitely feel like that was like a
Express my beliefs. Okay, so I got 1 there, 2 there. and struggled with issues from your advice. You know, the whole idea of doing this the way we did it is because of the fact that I took trauma and that I'm reckless, and I believe the only thing that can ever kill me is a demon. Uh, I don't think I would have tried to have tunneled my way out of the hull of a ship had it not been for my trauma there.
Cool.
Unless anyone thinks different.
Sounds
Nope,
good.
I think it's good.
Okie doke.
Awesome. All right, Mod. Did I adjust a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yeah, I think I did both of those things. I think I was figuring out what they were doing, and also using my control over ghosts to not get in a knife fight with a dude who might have cut me up in a bad way.
Right.
So I think both of those are true. You expect your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. My real dislike for folks meddling into this sort of thing was Maud's big impetus to go down into the chamber and figure out what the hell was happening, and rather than just like freeing the people and damaging the ship. For me, it was important that she figure out what the hell they're doing, because she assumes that they're being just as foolhardy as she was in diving into this. So I'm going to take one for that. That
Cool.
was important to me. And did I struggle with my vices or traumas from this session? My faith did not come up. My obsession with freeing us of demons definitely did come up. I'm trying to think of whether I struggled with it. I feel like it was a pretty obvious choice for me. I don't think it was a struggle. It was like, yep, they're summoning forth demons. I'm not going to let that happen. So I think that was pretty straightforward. So I'm not going to take one there.
Cool.
Awesome. And then we're at crew.
Yeah. Did you execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients or contraband sources?
Probably
This one's
smuggled
kind-
ourselves
I would
aboard.
say we smuggled ourselves onto this ship.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll hit the click. Nobody else has to.
Cool.
Yep. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yeah. I think taking on a Leviathan ship is doing that.
Yeah.
That's really like the life's blood of the fucking city.
Yep. We just poked a hole in it.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation? Yeah, people know you're daring. They know. Yes. They won't be.
Leviathan, Schleviathan.
Right. We won't be that ruse won't work again next time.
Right. That won't work twice.
Yeah.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think the fact that we took this job this job was sort of given to us from the hive as this is what you said you guys are all about. So here's an opportunity for you to do it.
Yeah.
Was telling of what we care about.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that's, a thing we didn't do was rescue anyone. Well, no, that's not true. We rescued one person. We rescued Cricket.
Right.
We rescued one person. But I didn't get the sense that there were other people on this boat. Like they had used up all the last ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there were captives here.
Right.
Cool.
I made that decision kind of early. I thought you guys have already kind of done that, and
Right.
I just wasn't interested in it.
Cool.
It didn't seem to make sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also didn't seem all that possible given what we had to deal with.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. You guys are ready for a crew advancement.
Awesome.
We will look at that next time.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we can figure out that stuff over email and stuff. Well, this was great to get back to. I'm very excited to be back in the Wobeggong
Yeah.
crew. Everybody, thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. I'm Sean. My pronouns are he and him, and I, besides playing this game, also host a bunch of other stuff on this channel. And you can find me on the Twitters at Sean Nittner. And I'm about to kick off the Kickstarter for Big Bad Con. So if you are anywhere near the Bay Area in October, of this year, you should definitely come. If you like this game or you like other things on this channel, you would enjoy playing great games at VadCon with at least Mad J here. And I don't know, maybe possibly someday one of these other East Coast folks. It's a good con.
Sure. As soon as they build a teleportation device, I am there.
I am there.
I know Judd's on the fence. I know Judd's been
I'd like
feeling
to.
the
I'd like to.
siren
I'd
call.
like to.
I'm going to strap my kids to a sleigh and have them pull me across the country.
Hey,
Mm.
so that's my story. That's my deal. How about you, Mad J?
I'm Mad J. I can be found on G+. I am gearing up to go to New Mexicon this week.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'll be running Burning Wheel in one of their
Sweet.
slots out there. So,
Ooh.
and I will most certainly be at Big Bad Con this year when that happens.
Nice.
So
Cool. I am Judd, and I just emailed my printer, and I found out that I can print smaller quantities than I thought I had to for the Dictionary of Moo. So I might actually have copies of that to sell soon. So we'll see. I might just do like a couple or just like 10 and just like see how they sell, and then just grab some more and try to just, sell them in envelopes in the mail, old school style, like in the early days. So
Nice.
We'll see. So Dictionary of Moo might be for sale soon, and if it is, I'll put it up on my Twitter.
nice.
Cool. Yeah. Do you have a website?
No, that'd be way too professional. Way too professional.
I am not doing anything any of you guys are doing when it comes to this kind of stuff. However, my brother did just come out with a supplement for his book,
Misspent Youth.
Misspent Youth.
Yeah.
Sell Out With Me is the sequel or the supplement. You could see it on Tabletop Games. Will Wheaton did a little episode, a couple episodes of that.
Nice.
So by all means, check out Rob Bohl, Bohl. Now, no longer how I spell my last name. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Sounds rad. Well, with that, we will say good night to everybody, and thanks again for hanging out with us. See you.
Good night, folks.
See you all next time.